Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Learning with Isha. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about interspecific interactions. Today we're going to talk about a detrimental, a negative interaction by the name of parasitism. What does parasitism mean? Parasitism, the word comes from the word parasite. What is a parasite? A parasite is an organism that is dependent on some other organism for its survival. That is a parasite. A parasite, all of us like a free share of resources. Well, who doesn't? That's what happens in nature. Parasites are practically found across the entire range of organisms. Even a bacteria has a parasite. A virus itself is a parasite. Fungi are parasites, plants are parasites, animals. Parasites are practically found everywhere. It's because of the free resources that the parasite is grabbing out of its host. Okay, so parasitism, naturally it's an interaction. It involves two partners, two organisms. One is the parasite and the other is called the host. Host is the poor guy who's suffering over here. Okay, so host is the larger organism that is forced practically to harbor the parasite. This is eventually the organism that is harmed. What is the parasite? It's of course smaller than the host. So parasite is the smaller organism that is benefited. See, this is the partner that is going to be benefited and this is the partner that is going to be harmed from this interaction. So it's smaller, it is benefited and it depends on host for survival. If I were to ask you a question, can the parasite survive without its host partner? Can the parasite live without its host? Can it exist independently? Well, the answer is no. The parasite has evolved in the course of nature to get so many adaptations that it is practically impossible for the parasite now to survive on its own. खुद से survive नहीं कर सकता, host की ज़रूरत है उसको. Can the host survive without the parasite? आप खुद सोचो, host को parasite की क्या ज़रूरत है? The host is getting harmed by the parasite. Definitely the host has its own independent existence and in fact it is much happier without its parasite partner. Now in the next part what we are going to talk about is the various types of parasites. Now let's begin talking about ecto and endoparasites. They are the two types of parasites that are seen in nature. The meaning of a word is definitely present in the word itself. Here we are talking about endo and ecto. Endo means inside, endocytosis, internalizing something inside a cell, taking something inside the cell. Okay, endo means inside. So inside parasite, what does it mean? A parasite that is present inside the body of its host. Okay, it's present inside the host. Host के अंदर होता है. Ectoparasite is attached to the surface of the host. Host के surface पे मिलता है, attached. Okay, like ticks are seen on dogs. Like lice are seen in the human hair. It's a very common example. Copepods are creatures that are found in marine fishes. What does the word marine mean? Well, the fishes that are found in salty water, in the sea water, in the oceans, they are our marine fishes. Now, Cuscuta is a plant that is a parasite on hedge plants. Hedge is a very common plant. हम सबके घरों में होता है, gardens में boundaries को beautify करने के लिए hedge लगाया जाता है. Cuscuta is a plant that has decided in the course of evolution to even lose its chlorophyll. It's so much so dependent on the hedge plant for its nutrition and never needs to make its own food. Therefore, the chlorophyll has been lost by this plant. Now let's talk a little bit about endoparasites. They're present inside the host like I told you. Like humans in our stomach, we all have undergone a deworming treatment in some parts of our life. Our human intestine has these parasites, tapeworm and roundworm. What they do is they suck out nutrition from us and we are nutritionally deprived. Okay, it hampers our growth. Now, besides that, Plasmodium. What is Plasmodium? Plasmodium is the malarial parasite. it causes malaria in humans. There are two vectors for this Plasmodium. One, as we all know, is a mosquito. Please try to recall the name. Is it a male mosquito or a female mosquito? Well, it's a female mosquito. What is the name? Anopheles or Culex? So it's a female Anopheles mosquito that is the carrier of this Plasmodium. The Plasmodium comes in the human body and needs our blood for its multiplication. So this was about ecto and endoparasites. Now let's talk about the specializations that are present in the parasite and help it to grow better inside the host. Parasites have several adaptations that help them survive better in their host. Why do they have their adaptations? Well, that is because they are deriving their nutrition out of their host. Also, they have to resist the tough conditions that the host is going to give it. Of course, if somebody is going to try to grab something from me, I'm not going to give it off so easily. I'm going to fight that parasite. Even the host tries to do that. But the parasite evolves in a way to cheat the host and grab some nutrition out of the host. So what is that adaptations that the parasite uses to trick its host partner? Well, here we see that first there's a loss of many systems in the parasite. The parasite loses its sense organs. Why? Because it has to survive in the tough condition of the host bodies. Any person who is very sensitive would find it difficult to survive in a harsh environment. That is why the parasite has decided to just do away with all the sense organs. Okay, so like the eye spot is absent in the liver fluke. Okay, it is a parasite where the eye spot sensory organ is absent. Here we see locomotory organs. What is locomotion? Locomotion means movement. So the parasite also doesn't need to move around too much. It needs to just live inside its host. So it feels necessary to even lose these locomotory movement organs as well. So we see that Plasmodium, as I told you previously, the malarial parasite has lost its locomotory organs. It cannot move. Let's take the example of tapeworm. It's getting all the nutrition from the human intestine. It doesn't have to make anything for itself. So definitely it doesn't need a digestive system as well. Let's say there could be a complete loss of the digestive system or there could be a partial loss of the digestive system. Ascaris is an organism that has lost its digestive glands. But in the case of tapeworm, there is a complete loss of the alimentary canal. The whole digestive system has been removed. Now, adaptation is a high reproductive potential. Since the parasite is living in a very harsh environment, it wants that some of its offspring should come out of this very harsh environment and reach a new host. That is why it produces a very large number of offsprings that even if a few of them or in fact many of them die, yet at least a few of them manage to survive and reach the new host. Okay. Now, anaerobic respiration, why is it needed? Well, the parasite, like many parasites, live in our intestine. The conditions there are not very oxygen rich. So they also have this adaptation to survive in very limited oxygen levels. The next is they have adhesive organs to cling to their host. Like a bird perches on the branch of the tree. उसके claws होते हैं, उससे वो branch को पकड़ लेती है. Similarly, these parasites also dig into their host. ठीक है, by using organs known as adhesive organs. Different parasites have different adhesive organs. Like tapeworm has suckers and hooks. Hooks are these, like जैसे हमारे घर में hook होती है, right? This is a hook present in the tapeworm that helps it to cling to the cells of the host. Lice has strong, powerful claws, whereas leech has suckers. Okay, so with this, the parasites can hold on to their host. Now, this video spoke to you about parasites, how they reach a host, what are the adaptations in the parasite. Please stay tuned to the channel for more such informative videos and consider subscribing to the channel for new updates.